Hi everyone. Today's mini lesson is going to focus on immigration within the United States during the Progressive Era. From 1900 to 1915, the United States saw nearly 15 million people come to the United States as immigrants, a majority of which were from Europe. In 1910 alone, three-quarters of the New York City population was first-generation Americans. This meant within 1910, 75% of the people who were living in New York City had personally immigrated to the United States. Many came from non-English speaking European countries, a majority of which were from Italy, Poland, and Russia, mainly because of the English barrier as well as differences in culture. Many struggled to adjust and adjust. Things were not as strong as they had hoped. Many came to the United States because they were looking for better economic opportunities and consequently settled in cities for jobs. New York City was one of the major cities because a majority of the immigrants who were coming to the United States would go to Ellis Island, which had an immigration port for them to basically get legal documentation to come into the country. There was a long process to do this. Some were sent back home. But those who were granted citizenship went through Ellis Island and then settled in New York City, which was just off the harbor there. Um, so consequently, a lot of them settled in cities for jobs. This caused the cities to become crowded. As we've talked about, the conditions in the city were already poor. And as we're seeing more and more people coming not only into the city, but also into the country, they become even more crowded and the conditions get even harsher. Consequently, this often leaves immigrants with the leftovers, including housing, where they're living, as well as jobs and occupations. A lot of people came to the United States for the promise of a better life. They were hoping for improvement in economic and political conditions, and often they were met with additional struggles, including the harsh conditions of living in the slums and other concerns in terms of adjusting and fitting in with the rest of society.